guys stepped on the stage, right? Show of hands. Okay. So you stepped on the stage. Were you guys judged? Show of hands, yes. You step on stage showing an artwork that you've been working on for, say, about 2 years, and then judged? No? Yeah? Okay. Well, at least we got one person. We're going to talk about bodybuilding, actually. And bodybuilding psychologically, physically, and just more like the lifestyles. Many of you probably walked in like a store, right, and picked up a magazine and saw those guys in there. They look huge, don't they? They're not. The biggest guy is probably 6'2", 300 pounds. The one that looks bigger than him is 5 foot, 202 pounds. So they vary, so it's kind of crazy. And a lot of people also kind of get the contradiction, or not really contradictions, but like assumptions that these guys are kind of egotistics. They're really not. I've met them, I've talked to a lot of them, and there was one that was an egotistic, but he shaped up really quick. And that guy actually lives here in Colorado, right off of Wadsworth, like 38, I think, Bill Heath. But kind of like lifestyle-wise, a lot of them started out probably after their 20s, from the most that I've read from them, heard from them. And the biggest guy out there was 18 years old at 120 pounds before he started with his trainer. They do eat a lot. They're intaking off season. The guy that's going to help me for this April actually does about 7,000 calories on a daily value, what's normal too. So eating wise, that's hard. And this is kind of like where the psychological thing comes in, because 16 weeks out of before they step on stage, they pretty much deplete everything. They'll deplete calories, they'll deplete water, carbs, and it takes a big stress on like their mind. So that's why you guys probably won't be glad, or will be glad, that I won't be in this class from January to April. I won't be the nicest person in the world. I'll try my hardest though if I run into you. Kind of like their lifting wise, they change their workout routines so much. During the off season, they're lazy. They'll do a lot of heavy weight, but little reps, get in, get out of the gym. During their on seasons, they're doing lighter weight because of diet. They can't lift as much, but they'll do more reps to burn calories on top of about an hour and a half cardio a day, depends on who they are. If they're at-home lifestyles, they're pretty much just normal people. And they're hard to tell too nowadays, because bodybuilding used to be, back then, if you were the biggest, you won. And they were kind of disproportional and all that stuff. Nowadays, it's like, this was back in like Arnold Schwarzenegger's time. I know you've all heard of him, little movie actor. A very big guy, that's 6'1". But that's when the biggest you pretty much won. But now, we got people that compete that are probably your size, Justin's size, Andrew's size, your size, and they all compete. It's all about just how you look and how you just present yourself. And then we have people who even compete who probably aren't, well, they're not professionals, but they do it just because. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like walking into a foreign territory, but just because they do it, they get a lot of respect. Down here at the Rocky Mountain last year, up at East High School, which they're having again this year, a lot of the people stepped on stage, not knowing what they were doing. They kind of got the basic example of it and just did what they were told. But they had to also go to a music routine if they made top 5. So going through their head was probably a lot. And it was kind of cool. There was a lot of support there for those people. And there was 2 pros there. And I was just, that was bad. I totally drew a blank. But I don't know, it's something that I've been in. Like, ever since I was 12 years old, I was just this little kid. Like, tiny little guy running around, kind of getting bullied and whatnot. And like, you know, I loved sports, but I didn't grow up in like a really sport family. I was like, well, I want to be different. And I wanted to be a bodybuilder since I was 12. But through reality, I couldn't at that age. But I was always sticking with it, doing what I could, put my heart to it, put my mind to it, and started putting things together. But a lot of those guys, what they will do is like, you'll look at them, and they talk about, whenever they talk about sports enhancements, a bodybuilder is always brought up. I know plenty of natural bodybuilders. Then again, I know plenty of unnatural bodybuilders. They have organizations now for actual competitions to influence the non-drug use. They have drug-free for life classes, anabolic-free for 3-year classes, and they're even doing this in powerlifting now too, just to kind of get it out of there and keep people safer. But more or less, like, you know, I'm not proud of it. I can't compete in those classes, to tell you the truth. But I've learned throughout the years that those aren't the things to do. But I love the sport, and like I could probably talk all day about it. Like I train people. I have my best friend training right now. I'm on a 14-week program, and it's killing him, but it's working. And it's a lot of more self-discipline acts that you want to do for bodybuilding. I don't know, I think it's a great sport. A lot of people don't really understand it. I know why. I try to talk about it as much as I can. But that's that.